You smell what the flock is cooking. Flock up and flock off. Not true. You stick around because it's about to go down. You now flock with the most energetic entity in the Eagleverse. And before we get into anything, man, happy Memorial Day. Memories go out to all those loved and lost, those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country, man. Peace and shout outs go to them. Love sent their way. All kind of, like I always say, man, like I used to always say, protect your vets out there, man. You see one, you reach out to one. Show that love, spread that love, and you know we always do this thing on the fly. Well, and not only that, another thing, rest in peace, Bill Walton. He was a nut. Damn, I miss watching him on NBA telecast and all that, man. He was the hilarious dude, a very unique dude, a very eccentric dude. I always like whenever they have an expose on him, deep dive into Bill Walton, whether it's a 30 for 30 or whatever type of documentary, man. He's a different type of dude, man. And I don't know if you can't tell, man, the Maniac is all about that. For sure, man. What else we got to get into today? Yeah, what else we going to throw into our flock pots, man? Just so much going on in the Eagleverse, man. I really need this therapy session, man. We got some Isaiah Rodgers, we got some Bradbury, we got some Avonte Maddox, a whole lot of stuff, man. It's going to be a Tuesday swoop day. Who's day? Because there's so many people. It's going to be a Tuesday swoop day. We flying all over this nest, man, just keeping this thing spinning. But before we get into any of that, man, let's get the nest keeping out of the way. Let's keep the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe. If you bought that fly, goes fly. Drop a comment in that box if you fly with the flock. Let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing note again. You hit that bell, you get a bang whenever I'm on this YouTube thing, man. And like I say, we'll be flying with the flock, man. And even if you're not, man, drop in, hop in, flock in, whatever you want to do, lock in. Let's get this thing going. You know I like to do it PH. That's how I spell my flock, not them other dudes, man. Because it's Philly. It's a Philly lock. It's a Philly lock, especially when it comes to these Eagles, man. Because that's what this thing is all about. You already know, man. First things first, he already said Memorial Day, Bill Walton. That's super dope. I didn't even say AJ Brown. AJ Brown is out here looking crazy, like bringing new meaning to that Swoop Batman nickname that he's got going on. Like, he's out here looking monstrous, monster Batman, monster what? Like, it's wild. Not to mention, it seems to be he's the fastest he's ever been. He's locking in. He's turning off social media. Well, not turning it completely off, but he said he's spending a little less time looking into that. And it's wild because he gave us one of the dopest seasons in Philly wide receiver history, Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver history last season. And he thinks he can do better than that, which is wild to even fathom. But I love it. Let's all lock in. Let's all flock in. Let's all get this thing going, man. I can't wait to seeing them. Like I said, these dudes, they just with the competition, the camaraderie is at an all-time high, man. He's in there bowling, what he calls bowling. He thinks he's gonna be out bowling. You just love the confidence of this dude. This dude just oozes confidence, and I mean that can only help but matriculate throughout the whole team and help us all be better. Help the whole team, help us all be better players. Help the whole team be better players, be better leaders and all that. I mean, he said he's even willing to follow a dude like Saquon Barkley, talking like, you see a guy coming this skill with this much confidence, this vigor, this fervor for competition. He said you can't help but want to follow a guy like that. So just seeing everything that's coming out of these OTAs right now, just hearing what we're hearing coming out of these OTAs, where I don't know, I'm balling over the top. I just can't wait. I'm counting down the days, not necessarily, but I'm thinking about it. What is it? We got June, July. It's like 3 months, like until real football, not real football, at least preseason football, something on the field. But what they're doing right now on the field is bugging me out, mostly because a few weeks ago, you know, after the draft, I'm seeing we get Cooper DeJean, we get Quentin Mitchell, Kenyon Mitchell. And I'm like, dude, so damn, I'm like, so we're going to have to start getting rid of guys. And you start thinking of guys like, you know, first off the top, everybody's thinking Bradbury. I'm thinking about my guy, Avonte Maddox. I mean, just one of my favorite Eagles of all time. Like I always say, they're all my favorites. And then you've got Isaiah Rodgers, who we never seen anything from. We're talking about a year removed from the game. And I hear he is flying all over this practice. I was saying, like, First cut, I was definitely thinking him. I was like, you know, the Eagles, we picked them up last season as sort of a safety valve, you know, in the event that we would need him this season. Get him for the low, $1 million 1-year contract. He's got skill. He's got potential. Let's go snatch this guy up. Not to mention, I'm hearing from, who was it? I got to start writing these things down when I be hearing it from. Philly shows up. A content creator out there. He was speaking to how this guy, rated by PFF, was top 5 cornerback the last year he was up in there. Like, so dude. So, I mean, I've heard it from other people. He's skilled. He's this, he's that, and the third. And I never saw anything on paper where I could really, never felt tangible, something that I could touch and see and regurgitate it back to y'all. But that was that. That was it right there. And albeit Pro Football Focus might not be the end all be all, but it's something. It's something that you couldn't equate to other cornerbacks out there. And according to them, he was a top 5 cornerback 2 seasons ago. So that's crazy that we got him. And not to mention, he's out here showing out in OTAs. It's a beautiful problem to have. We've got, like, the DB room is nuts right now. And I think it's really a matter of who we're going to be able to keep on the practice squad, actually hide on the practice squad. Because I'm already hearing an optimistic Giants fan over here talking about, bro, I can't wait to see y'all just keep getting these cornerbacks. I can't wait to see what we could go over there and snatch up from y'all, dude. Because, it's wild when you think about it. Not to mention, you've got the likes of Keely Rango not even showing up to the OTAs, albeit I know these guys have different things, and these are voluntary, these aren't mandatory, but you would just love to see a guy like Keely Rango up in here, especially ending the season where he ended it last year. So it's just wild to hear the things that are coming out, not to mention the Bradbury deal. So Avonte, before we get into the Bradbury deal, so then there's my guy, Avonte Maddox, seems to be like he's one of Fangio's guys, and I love it because that means we get to keep him around more. I know a lot of people hate it because the best ability is the availability of a player, and he seems to be falling on the short end of that side a lot. Maybe pushing him back to, but safety's just crazy. He'll just be more wild. It's just one of those dudes, man. I just need him to put it together for 1 or 2 seasons for us, man. Let's do this thing. Let's finish this deal. Let's get this thing done. And if not, then I'm going to have to lean to the side. You saw me, guys, like towards the end of last season, in the bowl season, which was it? The bowl season? We're in the bowl season right now, right? I don't know. I get it all mixed up. Season after the postseason. Regardless of whom or what, I felt similar to you guys out there, like, dude, I'm not sure. Once we let him go to go out there and seek another deal, it was like, he's gone, whatever, we're just going to have to deal with it. I was kind of, I was bargaining with it. I was coping with it, if you will. And now that he's back, it's just like I'm super hyped. And it brings me, not to say that he's the player, the level of Bob Sanders, but he's similar to Bob Sanders when, you see the Colts get it going and like, oh, man, Bob Sanders back. And then they had the dude coming off the edge, Freeney, and like it was just wow what that defense could do when it was at full strength. And then, boom, just seems to happen every season, similar to how it happens with Avonte Maddox. The rug gets pulled out from under him, and then he's out for a few games, out for the season, whatever the case may be. Just, I'm gonna cross my fingers, hold out hope, give it a spirit bomb, and throw that Avonte Maddox's way because, just when he's out there, he is electric, dude. You see him flying all over the place. He's got PBUs, interceptions, all kinds of stuff. The hits. Whew, I get excited. The hit stick is out. Pause. But it's crazy. So Avonte Maddox seems to be Fangio's guy, one of Fangio's guys, because he's got him playing. And this is out of the media only having availability to 1 day of practice. So, this is all hyperbole at this point. The hyperbolic season. Yeah, let's really call it that because the Eagles like to keep a lot of things close to the vest, under the cuff, close to the nest, if you know what I'm saying. So we're not going to hear too much. It could have just been 1 day that they had him doing this, but it is encouraging, at least from my viewpoint, because I am an Avonte Maddox fan. So you got him playing cornerback. He's playing nickel and he's playing safety. So this is crazy and this is awesome and I love to see it. So just because Fangio likes to have so many Swiss Army knives all over the field, and remember what I told you a few weeks ago, like having guys like a Jalen Son who used to play safety and now he's playing the edge, just guys that can do more than one thing. Not so much durable because we know Avonte Maddox isn't durable. Just a guy that could do a lot more than one thing. Guys that you can interchange and move all over the field. So we have somewhat of an amoeba defense. It could be crazy. So being that Avonte Maddox can fit that mold and do those things, I love to see it. Can't wait to see it. Then we roll over into Bradbury. Bradbury doesn't show up to the camp. And you're thinking like, damn, is he already out? At least that's what I'm thinking, because I'm thinking with the defensive scheme, much like Fangio's, I feel it benefits a player of Bradbury's ilk, a more cerebral player. I know you guys looking at his physical attributes and they seem to be on the downtick, but he's a very smart player. We saw him on lull our boy, their boy, the Bills boy, Josh Allen, lull him to sleep last season and boom, get a big pickoff late in that game to help us get that win. So, he still can contribute to winning, albeit for the most part last year it was a lot of losing. towards the end of the season. But I mean, we could blame that on everybody. We could blame that on the scheme. We could blame it on so many things. I just thought Bradbury would fit the scheme. Not to say he won't. But I mean, the way Slay was talking during his interview about Bradbury, it was like, seemed like he was already saying goodbye. Like the dude was retiring from the NFL. Like, what? He's got 9 years. He good? Like, what? Wait, what? We're talking about his 9 years? Like, what? What's going on here? If you can't tell, I'm one of the guys that's in Bradbury's side. I mean, but then after we've got all the things that we got, I mean, he's from his play last season, he's made himself expendable. So I mean, could only I hate to talk like this about because he did so much for us the year prior, you know what I mean? But it's a what have you done for me lately type of league. So I mean, if he's got to go, he's got to go. Not to mention, I really didn't think he had any chance of leaving. For the mere fact that I believe he was 16 million this year, right? 16 million, 14 million, what? 14 million, I believe it is. 2 years, 28 million, I believe the deal was. Then when you look deeper into it, if they release him after June 1st, then it's only 7 mil this year, 7 mil next year. I know I'm talking about millions like it's only 7 mil. But I mean, when you take into account how much salary cap space the Eagles have at this point right now, I believe it's 26, somewhere around that range. So that drops them down to 19, 18, still with enough money to go snatch up another free agent if need be, or make other moves, extend other guys, who knows, whatever goes into the maniacal, crazy, awesome brain of Howie busting the stupid dope moves, Howie Potter waving that magic wand, Howie Roseman doing the things that he does up there in the front office. So, man, it's even just in the course of doing this is why I need the therapy. I got to talk it out with the Nets, got to talk it out with the flock. Like, it's, yeah, if he's got to go, he's got to go. And it seems like we've got the pieces for us to do it, man. Not like I said, so many players, so many DBs in that DB room right now. I mean, it's really the safety issue is the thing that we really have to look at, because right now as it stands, there's only 3 safeties, 2 of them that are only really healthy. You've got Reed and CJ. Then you've got Sidney Brown out here looking phenomenal, though, from what I hear from Dave Zangaro and Ruben Frank. He's running out of locker room full speed like a bat out of you know what. And it's amazing to hear. So he's on the uptick. So he may be ready by the regular season. Let's cross our fingers. We don't know, throw a spare bomb out for that, right? So 3, and then you can move Vontae Maddox over there as a Swiss Army knife. He could be in the other room, whatever room you want him to be in, because this is what he does. If we're keeping him around, then you've got the likes, like I said, of a Kilbert. I mean, there's still so many guys. What are we keeping, like 8 DBs? Seems smart, reasonable. I don't know. You know, and then we just keep one tight end. All we need is got it. Nah, relax. But so yeah, we got that going. So many things going on in this last week. I'm gonna try and stop doing this once a week thing. It's just been a wild summer. But matter of fact, just had a freaking wedding the other day where I ran into a New York Giant, Chris Manners. Seems to be an NFL journeyman. One of my homeboys' boys, raised empanadas. You know what I mean? So had that going on, and ribbing him a little back and forth. Seems like a really cool dude, man. I felt icky wishing him the best, but I'm wishing him the best, not the Giants the best, So that's good to, deal with. And he was a bit preoccupied, but I got to smile at him. So you know what that means? That means we're BFS forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to slide him on to the show, and we're going to be out here. I'm going to have inside scoop on the Giants, and I'm going to send that over to the Eagles. And then boom, we're going to know what to do. And then Chris Manos is he's going to be working for me. He's going to be working for us. He's going to be working for the Eagles. What is crazy? We have an inside man, y'all. Nah, just kidding, man. But just to say that it's just been a wild few weeks. We had that going on. Super dope wedding. Yeah, he was like, dude, you're crazy. I had to shout out to EAGLES. He's like, come on, man, you're wrong for that. You wrong for going there. But now it was super cool. Then they don't want us to know. Yeah, we only have so many viewpoints of our team because, like I said, we like to keep this close in the nest. And I'm thinking it's due to the fact that we are a very passionate fan base. Anything we see, I think it was like, the dude mentioned it. I can't remember the dude's name. But, a few years ago, we've got Jalen Reagor with one-handed catches. We've got Quez Watkins going crazy all over the field. We've got the likes of so many players that we just lose our minds over, and it's like, yeah, this is what's going to happen, da-da-da-da. Whereas other fan bases aren't as crazy as us. They'll see something happen, and maybe they just don't even appreciate what they have, because I would love to see video of our team every day during OTAs. Not everything, of course, like our coach says, Nick and Sirianni, we got to maintain competitive integrity. Something crazy. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to give up anything. But just give us something to freaking stream routes, whatever you call them, like boom, go long, whatever, running between the tackles. I don't know, a blitz, something, man. But I'm cool with it. I'm not one of them dudes that's gonna go crazy on my team for not showing us something, because you know what? I'd rather you keep it close to the vest so that we get these W's. But I I'd rather get it closer to my nest so I could see what's going on with my team, but I understand it. And the last thing, before we get up out of here, our boy Sweaty J, has changed his number from 94 to 19. So I'm super glad I didn't go snatch up that jersey last season. Albeit, it would have been a throwback just like every damn jersey we got now, because we're going with this word mark now. It's crazy that they had this going for the Super Bowl as well. But yeah, so we got to get some jerseys. I'm seeing they got the white Saquon, got the Kelly Green, BJ to choose from, man. So many, they had a list of like the top jerseys out there, man. And I'm like, top sellers. And of course, I got to have them all. They're like Pokemon. It's crazy. I have a real problem. We've got him moving from 94 to 19. And I'm thinking that's because he's probably circling 19 sacks is what he wants to hit this season. Because last season he feels like he didn't do what he needed to do to get to where he wanted to go. If I'm not sure if you recall, prior to the beginning of last season, he was, he's trying to reach for that 17. He finally broke the double digits the year prior. And I believe he did break double digits again. However, it just didn't hit quite the same. I believe no sacks over the last 6 games. It was, like I said, like we're saying about Bradbury, it was a bad last 6-7 weeks for the entire team. So I hate to pinpoint one guy and make him the scapegoat. But yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, wait, and one other thing before I got out of here. According to NFL.com, the Eagles have a top 5 roster. I believe that's behind the Niners, the Winers, the Ravens, the Lions, some other team, and then us. Whatever, top 5 ain't bad, man. I mean, shocking to hear that from NFL.com, because, I'm outside looking at just hearing it. It just feels different. Seeing the way we ended last season and how, like, you almost forget. You feel like it's a dream. Like, Howie Roseman out here filling these holes so quickly, so fast. Just this quick turnover, but we still have to see it on the field. However, it's just dope to know, and I hear Devin White is out here shining at the OTAs, so there's that to talk about, man. I just can't, we're going to get into it in the coming days, like I always say, around this time, about this time, at this time, man. Till next time, make it your best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time. Oh, yeah, and I forgot, man. Let's keep while I had kept the maniac thing, let's keep the main thing, the main thing. Hope this video found you in good vibes, good tides. Fly skies, if you wasn't there, I hope this helped you got there, because we just went there. Oh, yeah. And we always got questions, y'all, because it's Eagles clock all the time, right? Open your eagle eye, poke your beak, and give it a and let's ask these questions. What you gonna do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs wild on you? Say it with me one time. EAGLES. Eagles tripping over here. Needed the therapy, y'all. Let's get the flock up out of here.